Have you ever wondered why 3/4 is the same as 75%? Let's find out. Let's start with 100%. 100% is one whole thing. Even though we have 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, we have one whole thing. We have 4 out of 4, and that makes 100%. Now, fractions and percentages are very related. So when we have 100%, we have the same numerator and the same denominator. It doesn't matter what fraction we have. If it's the same at the top and the same at the bottom, we call that 100%. Look at what is shaded in this fraction. We have 1/4, another quarter, and another quarter. We have 3/4, and we have 1/4 unshaded. So this is 3/4 or 75%. 3/4 means 3 out of every 4. So if we were to take 3 out of that group, that is 3/4, that is 75%. And if we took our group of 8 and took 3 out for every 4, and again here. So every time we take 3 things, 1, 2, 3, for every 4, we have 3/4 or 75%. And this is what it looks like. It will be a good idea to learn that 1/4 will always equal 25%. 2/4 are a half, which will equal 50%, and 3/4 equals 75%. And that's got to do with how many shares out of 100 we get. So the word percent means for every 100. Now, not every fraction we get is 100, but it can be changed to 100. Now, let's see how we make that 100, shall we? Let's take 3/4. What do we need to do to change the quarters to 100s? Let's think for a moment. Let's multiply 4 by 25. We're converting our fractions. 4 times 25 will give you 100. Now, if we multiply the bottom by 25, or the denominator by 25, we have to do the same to the top. And that's my little times sign. Better make that look a bit better, hadn't I? 3/25s. I wonder what 3/25s are. Well, 2 25s are 50, and another 25 is 75. So every time you have 75 out of 100, you have 75%, and that's what a percent looks like, because we've changed the 3/4 to be hundreds and we get 75%. Now, the great thing is you can convert any fraction to 100s. Now, let's see how this works. A fraction is always a division. We'll do that again. So if we've got 3/4, what we're doing is actually taking 3 things and sharing them equally 4 ways. How does that make 75%? Well, let's show this on the calculator. I take one thing, and I can do that too many times. I take one thing and I share it equally 2 ways. What will my answer be? It will be 0.5, which is 5/10, but we need hundreds, so we make it 50 hundredths, which is 50%. Let's see what happens when we do 3 shared equally 4 ways. What do you think it will be? 0.75 is 75 hundredths and it's 75%. Now you can do this with any fraction. Let's have a look at 2 fifths. 2 divided by 5 equals, I think, 0.4. What happens when we do 8 divided by 8? Remember we talked about wholes? And we get the 1. Now, that's how you can understand why 75% is 3/4. Lots of different ways. I've just shown you 2 ways today. So thank you for listening. Just keep practicing.